Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger from dansfish.com, and today I have a treat for you. We are going to tour Chris Carpenter's facility. He is a shell dweller specialist, and he did an awesome job. My wife has a performance in 2 days, so you're going to hear her rehearsing in the background again, but I don't know. It's a good soundtrack. So anyway, Chris was amazing. He's the vice president of the Grand Valley Aquarium Club, and he hosted me for a couple days, took me around, showed me everything. I couldn't have asked for a more generous, better host. So Chris, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. And before we get going, he was apologizing before he showed me his fish room. He's like, I'm sorry, it's so messy. I thought it was immaculate. It's funny, like one person's messy is my immaculate. So Chris, no worries. I thought everything looked great. Anyway, let's take a look at some amazing Tanganyikan shell dwellers and a couple other things, but mostly shell dwellers. Here they are. Wait, now we're rolling. We're here at Chris Carpenter's fish room. So Chris, take us through it. What do we got? These are beautiful tanks, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
They look nicely maintained. So Chris is like a shelly nerd, right?
Yeah.
And you talk at clubs on shellies.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely my passion in the hobby is with shell dwellers. So when we go around all the tanks, you'll notice a lot of them house shell dwellers or shell dweller fry or fish that are compatible with shellies.
Cool.
So these are Lamprologus or Notapinus. I think there was some fry scooting around in here at one point. I'm not sure if there's still any more in there right now. But
And so, is that a male over there?
the male is hanging out right in front of that shell, and the female is right here. Males are a little bit more elongated than what the females are.
Yeah, a little bigger. Oh, those are cool. I don't know if I've seen this fish before.
Yeah, they're a neat one. There's a few different variants of these guys.
The caudal pattern is super bold.
Yeah.
And I notice you just have a pair, so these are not a colony breeder, or is just a colony super expensive, so you're starting with a pair?
No, they do best. This species does best in pairs. I did have, I originally started with 6. 2 pairs were formed, and the one was over here, one was on the other side of the tank. These guys had fry first, so I gave the other pair to a buddy, and then I just got rid of the other ones, gave those to another friend.
Well, these are not shy. Some shellies you get close to the tank and they disappear. These are like, feed me.
Yeah, right.
What kind of sand do you have in here?
This is either pool filter sand or just play sand. Not play, but like a fine arena sand. I've tried to go mainly now all to pool filter sand just because it doesn't compact as much.
Right.
But there are some old tanks that I have where I was using play sand and arena sand.
When I need sand, oh, look at him displaying. Oh man, that is gorgeous. He is showing off. Look at this. You guys have a front row seat. This is beautiful. Check him out. I like the dark margins. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Where I live in Wyoming, no one has pools because it's so cold for so long. And so I was trying to find pool filter sand and I couldn't. So I did the old Home Depot play sand.
Yeah, right. I know.
Oh, well.
Do you have a Menards in your area?
No, we just have one Home Depot.
Oh.
It's a small town, dude.
Yeah, Home Depot and Lowe's here, they don't sell the pool filter, but Menards does.
Oh, maybe I'll go online and look at Menards. I bet they deliver. But yeah, I mean, I could get it on Amazon, but shipping was so expensive. It was like, nah. Playground sand for $5, but this is so much nicer. The color is nicer, and yeah, it doesn't compact as crazy.
Yeah.
And shellies love to dig, right?
Yeah,
is
the
that
majority?
All shellies?
Not all of them, but I mean, they're all going to do a little bit, but there are some that are definitely that dig a whole lot more.
Like the multis we'll get to.
Yeah, like you. Yeah.
Well, they keep you busy, keep you guessing. So this is a don't tell me, green spotted.
Yeah, he's an old
spotted puffer.
That's one of the first fish that I got when I was in the hobby. He probably is a little smaller than what he should be because he is 16 years old.
Oh, he's 16.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than most people do, I think, with their fish.
He's gone through the whole learning curve with me.
Yeah, you were a newbie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's now getting a little growth underneath, like, I don't know, some type of tumor.
He's 16. We'll just call it a double chin. Yeah. At 16, you can't complain, right?
You're right.
It's like you're 105 and whining you got a bunion.
Yeah.
So is this brackish? How do you...
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And what's his diet for 16 years?
I
How do you keep
feed
a pup for 16 years?
I do feed him a lot of snails. I've got, you can see I got snails in here.
Oops, you got out of frame.
I also feed them white worms. I feed them some pellet foods that I have, but for the most part, to keep those teeth trimmed down, the snails are a good portion of the diet. I have had to pull him out and put him under and trim his teeth down.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a learning experience there.
I can't grow snails with hard shells because my water's super soft, so their shells just crumble. They're not real hard.
Yeah.
So I started making rapashi and mixing oyster shell in it.
Oh, nice.
And that's super crunchy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I haven't had to trim teeth
yeah.
like that. Of course, I haven't kept a puffer for 16 years, so... Man, congrats. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone watching this who's going to be like, yeah, I've got a 16-year-old puffer too. Like, that's good. Mistakes aside, that's good. Let's do it now. We're talking about them.
Right.
I love these guys. Everyone loves these guys.
This was flat sand all the way across.
Free engineering.
Yep.
Free bulldozers.
Yeah, if you're picky about your aquascaping, these aren't the fish for you.
Oh, there's little fry over there. And with multis, that's not uncommon, but it's still cute every time you see it.
Yeah, I love
in between the two big rocks there. Oh, that's cute.
Out of all the shellies, these are the guys that got me hooked, and they're still my favorite.
Yeah, because you can keep a big group.
Yeah.
They're constantly redoing the tank for you, so it's never the same twice.
Yeah, they're super good parents. I don't ever have to pull any fry out unless it gets too big or somebody wants to buy some.
Now, normally I don't keep Malaysian trumpet snails in tanks. I see you have them. I think it's probably useful though in a tank like this because the sand gets so deep.
They're not intentional.
Oh, okay.
I can't stand them, to be honest.
But I do think they're useful in deep sand because they burrow, right?
Yeah,
so it'll help keep this fresh and help keep that sand from stagnating.
Yeah. And these are all of my Neothalma Tanganyika shells that I got from Pam Chin.
So these are all native snail shells actually from Lake Tanganyika.
Yep.
Because Pam Chin was kind enough on her trip to get some for you and bring them back.
Yeah. Send them back
how
to me.
bitchin' is that?
You can see mixed in with my pool filter sand is some darker.
Yes, some
so
kind of rough.
That's actually sand from Lake Tanganyika.
Okay, so the sand from Tanganyika is a little more porous, at least in that section.
The plants here are also from Lake Tanganyika. Those were sent to me by Jen Williams. She sent me it's a Vallisneria spiralis. Oh man, I'm blanking on it. It's a certain form of Val spiralis. I want to say it's like Ethiopica. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense because I speak Latin and Greek. But that's cool. So we'll call it Tanganyikan Val.
Yeah,
how's that?
Yeah, that's what I call it.
So this is cool. I've seen lots of shelly tanks, but I've never seen one with native plants or from the actual biotope, sand from the actual biotope, and plants from Lake Tanganyika. That is special. Usually it's escargot shells.
I've got a lot
or
of
PVC
those.
pipes.
Yeah.
That is super cool. You guys are spoiled. You have no idea how good you have it. Well, before we go around too far, let's go back here and down. Variatus, huh?
Yep, some hyphen Variatus. I've always kind of liked these guys. The color on them's really pretty.
Yeah. I don't think you're alone. I feel like if we took a poll of the entire world, what's your favorite platy? I bet Sunset like hyphen Variatus would be probably the one.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
They'll be going out in the pond once the weather breaks.
So I asked Mike Monji when pond season was, and he said, what did he say? Memorial Day to Labor Day?
Yeah.
How about you?
I would agree with that.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I've started them earlier, but it usually doesn't turn out well.
And how warm is the water by then? Like, is it 70s, 60s?
Probably 60s.
Okay, and these guys will be fine. They won't get too shocked if
they
you go
should
over.
be fine.
Hardy little guys. All right.
So that's just
Get down. Oh, hang on.
There's some fry hopping around down in there somewhere. I've got the adults back in a different tank.
Oh, I see
here.
some fry right there.
Yeah, these are Lamprologus caliurus. So
And we'll look at the adults in a bit and go over them. Anyway, cute little fry.
They kind of look a little bit like some brevis, only males get bigger. Like here's a male right here.
Okay, so here's one of the
That's
adults.
just that's an extra male that I
with
had.
show prey.
Yeah.
And they're fine.
Yeah, and those these are really a peaceful species. I wondered what was going to happen when I put him in, if he was going to take me
Yeah, when
out.
I think Shelly, I think vicious little.
Yeah. I'm sure if he had a female and they had fry, those would probably be either gone or severely damaged.
Up in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen this one before either. Most Shellies, I've seen like ocelotus and multis and a few, but I'm digging the bright orange yellow on top of the head there.
Yeah.
That's a handsome fish.
Yeah, but all caliurus will have either that yellow like that, or they'll have an orange or yellow, just a spot by the nape of their, like, right behind their eye.
I'm seeing some Hamburg Mountain filters and some sponge filters. Do you have a preference, or is it just whichever
that
one
is
works?
also a mat, or it's made by Swiss Tropicals.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I love the Matten filters.
I do too, because
it
makes it easier to net fish. Like, you don't have all the stuff in the middle of the tank. It's all behind there.
Yeah.
That's why I like it too.
Yeah, and it gives good water movement.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Okay.
Down here
Down
is just
low.
kind of a mashup right now.
You got the convicts?
Yeah, convicts that the club president bought for me for $1.
Congratulations.
For a bag. Yeah,
You missed a meeting and you got a present?
Him and Mike have had this thing going where they buy each other convicts, and then neither one of them could breed them. So everyone was like, "You're in the wrong hobby."
Wait, they could not breed convicts for cereal?
Yeah.
My gosh.
It took them way too long to eventually breed them. So
I can't not breed them.
I was giving them crap about it.
And so they gave them to you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Next ones are going to Chris.
Yeah, that teaches you to be nice in this hobby, or you'll end up with some free convicts too. It's like free zucchini on your doorstep in the summertime. It's like, what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
I already have a freezer full of zucchini. And then are these aren't brevis, are they?
No, there are little Neolamprologus burchardi, and then these are Telmatochromis temporalis, and then the Steiadocranus tenanti.
Oh, the goby, right?
Which they're like a buffalo,
like a lion
the slender buffalo head.
Or buffalo head, not lion head, buffalo head.
And they're being traded tonight to another member. I'm going to get some
So these are more...
No, I'm getting bettas from them. Betta...
Almost.
Rudolins.
Similar.
I don't know why. Way different.
It's all right. I asked if these were brevis, so you can do that. So these are more West African softwater riverine fish, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And you don't have to doctor your water or anything, do you? Just take a chlorine and you're good?
Yep. Yeah, I just add
Lake Michigan water,
dechlorinator and we're good to go.
Cool. So, a bunch of babies coming. All right. Burchardi are another one I like, because there's, like, if you're ever having trouble with a fish, get some Burchardi. They'll breed. And they're pretty. So, yeah, these ones we just found at the Aquarium Gallery, right? Store?
Yeah, this is a species I've had numerous times, but I picked these up today because the dorsal fin on these guys are prettier than any of the other ones I've ever had.
Cool.
You can get them a lot of times and they're just not that vibrant.
And what are they? Are they a Shelly?
They're an opportunistic Shelly.
So what's that mean?
So in the wild they would probably be more likely to breed in a small rock crevice or a cave, but if there's a shell available, they'll use it.
Okay.
And at home in aquariums, if you're going to breed them, I would recommend using shells. I usually use a little bit bigger shell because they take right to it.
And so if these breed in shells, they can't be getting much bigger than that, or do they?
Males are going to get probably about
3 inches?
Yeah, 3 inches, and the females are going to get about 2.5 maybe.
And these are too young to sex. These are just...
No, they're actually... so the males... And you don't see this information online a whole lot. I've tried to find it, but I actually noticed it.
I'm guessing, is it that yellow stripe on his caudal fin?
It is.
Ah! Guys, this was not staged. I just noticed that. So the fish on the right has a faint yellow stripe. He's in the back, so right now it's faint. I bet it gets brighter. Yellow stripe on the edge of his tail fin, and this one on the left does not. So you got a pair.
Yeah.
Unless she's just not colored up yet.
No, they actually they get that stripe fairly young.
Okay,
too,
so you got a pair.
Yeah. And I don't know why, but I'm telling you, like 90% of any websites with information on these guys that you see, they never mention that. If it says how to sex them, it'll just say hard to sex. And,
dude, I know nothing about these, and I promise everyone watching this wasn't staged. I just looked at that and I'm like, oh wait, that one's got yellow edge on his caudal fin.
Yeah.
If I can notice that. Well, cool, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Next on breaking news. And so they're going in here. Hopefully you get that's a pretty fish. I hope you get a nice colony going.
Yeah.
And then giant Danio dithers, huh?
Yeah, just dithers. And then there's somewhere in here, there's another fish probably hiding under this rock. It's
cool.
Telmatochroma species Lufubu, just an extra, which is a rarer one in the hobby that
it's funny.
Not really in Lake Tanganyika, but just outside.
Oh, like on a river
mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny how all the rare stuff hides. We'll see that another day. It's rare. Trust us, it's there. These aren't a hap, are they?
No. These are...
see, they look like juvenile haps a little with those dark spots in the body, but they aren't when you look closer.
They're Ophthalmotilapia ventralis.
Oh, I see a male back there, don't I? Behind that rock. I see him with the orange belly.
So that is...
Oh, no, that's a
there's
Calvus.
2 different species in here. There's... that's the Altolamprologus compressus.
Oh, compressiceps, okay.
That's the shell-dwelling form of...
He's hiding right behind there.
And this super bloated female, which has been bloated like that since the day I got him. And that's been like... Well, I think I've had him for about 1.5 years.
It's just never gone down.
I just keep waiting for it to explode.
I just saw a fish appear in that shell and then disappear.
Yeah.
Real quick.
That's pretty much all those fish do. They're either just in front of the shell or inside the shell.
And what is that one that was in the shell that we missed?
That was a female, probably, of the Sumbu dwarf.
So, these little guys, these 4 little guys, whose name I forgot, are they both sexes there, or are they full grown?
I'm hoping. I think what I got going on here is a male right here in front, and then these other 3 are females. The males get
I'm seeing elongated pelvic fins.
Yeah, and they get, it almost looks like a little ball on the end of it. They get really long.
Yeah, so that's their egg spots, right?
Yeah.
And so my friend John Nemus had, I don't know if it was this species, but that same kind of fish, and they built this massive nest. Yeah. And they were gorgeous, bright blue, kind of iridescent purples with bright yellow balls on the end of the...
it sounds like he probably had what's called cyathopharynx foy.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
It's been a while, but that sounds right.
Yeah.
And this is the same kind of type of fish, or
they're
similar adaptation?
Yeah, they're similar to them. They look very similar, only the colors aren't as intense as the cyathopharynx, and they don't really build the bowers.
It was like a volcano.
Yeah, these guys, from my experience, they haven't done any of that. And I've had other ones. These are a different collection point. I think I had it written down somewhere.
That might be good, because The ones John had, I swear, if they were probably in a 200, 250 gallon tank. They were in a big tank, and anything smaller wouldn't have worked.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big territory. Babies!
Yep, so these are babies of those Telmatochroma species Lufubu. And you can see the mom's in this log. And I think I had these guys for about
there she is.
a year and a half to 2 years with nothing.
Oh, and then they went for you. So that sounds like pleco behavior.
Yeah, it was the only thing I did different was I put that log right in the middle so they could go from one to the other.
Oh, with more cover.
Yeah, because I noticed that, they like to hide, so why not make them feel a little bit more comfortable?
So as soon as they felt like they could hide enough and felt comfortable enough, then they were like, okay, now we can do this.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I came home one day, I had 5 in here. And I came home one day and there was one over here in the corner just had the snot beat out of it. And then there was another one sitting up on this rock that was tore all to pieces. And I went, boy, something's going on in there.
Yeah, with cichlids, that's success. That's
they've been in there for 2 years and all been fine. And now I come home and these guys are all beat up. So as I'm catching those ones out to move them, I look over here and see just a whole swarm of fry.
Oh, man. Well,
it's like my lucky. So those are the adults, the Lamprologus caliurus.
Yeah, they have that bright orange, reddish head.
Yeah, the male in back, female up front. You can see the males get that lyra tail, and the females do not.
Yeah, because she's got orange on her head too. It's just not quite as pronounced. He's got like a dark snout that it contrasts with a little more. Yeah. But that lyre tail is what'll do it.
Yeah.
And anyone out there watching, if you could comment, lyre or lyre? It's like that Greek instrument that Pan played in mythology.
Or tomato.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think I've said it both ways. I could say it both ways in probably the same sentence.
It's a lyre tail. All right, going down below. Oh, and these are these obligate shell dwellers or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they need a shell.
Yeah.
Because that's a big fish to fit in a shell, so you have to find
usually just in that species, eventually only the females will use the shells.
So he's going to get a little bigger?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, even she's fairly big to fit in a shell, so you got to have a big one. All right, more shellies.
Yep, so those
surprise!
Yep, they're fry from the Sumbu dwarfs, the Alto.
Oh yeah, I see a bunch of them in there. So are the Alto Lamprologus, those are breeding in the shells too? And I notice in each tank you have one that's vertical like this.
Yeah. So
have you noticed they like that?
Yeah.
Here's another one.
That I do for even just a regular form of Alto Lamprologus, either compressiceps or calvus, I would do the same thing.
And they'll spawn in there.
Yeah.
Cool. I know they're a crevice fish. Like there's that cool National Geographic documentary showing an otter trying to get one.
Yeah,
and it swims into a crack in a log and then puffs out.
Yeah.
And he can't get them. Yeah. Oh, so the shell becomes a crevice and they'll spawn in there.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
So these are Xenotaka lion's eye.
There you go, everybody.
Yeah, from Pat Hartman, big
Agadiid.
big live bearer guy in my club, and he's got all the information, where the drainage they came from.
Oh yeah, that's everything. Yeah. It came from this part of the river at this time. I was drinking this beer when I collected it. Like you got everything there. Yeah. Oh, shoot! I just showed his phone number and email. I guess I'll have to edit that.
Yeah.
I did not realize that was all there. Hey Pat, you're famous. Congrats.
Yeah.
No, blur that. But cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So a little live bear action.
Yeah.
A little more live bear action.
Yeah, those are Micropicilia picta.
Oh, we saw some of those at Aquarium. Is it Aquarium Gallery?
Watercolors
Aquarium Gallery.
Yeah.
It's 4 words.
Yeah,
it's a lot. No. These are gorgeous. I like them.
Yeah.
Bright red, contrast with black. And this is a wild form? This isn't like That's awesome.
From what I understand, they're no longer... at least Pat told me that Micropicilia is no longer a valid genus, so they're all just Pocilia. But most people recognize them as micro.
Yeah, it's been in the hobby
so
that way so long.
Yeah.
And, you know, scientific names, they change all the time, so
Yeah.
if you don't change, you'll be right eventually. Because in 20 years, it'll come back.
Like bell bottoms.
That's right. It's like angel flight suits.
These are just some fry that I have. These are Malawi shell dwellers and a couple yellow labs.
Okay, I did not know there were shell dwellers in Malawi.
There's actually 2/1. I mean, there's Metroclima lanisticola and then Metroclima lanisticola species north.
Which one's this?
This is lanisticola.
And are they an obligate shell dweller, or is it just something they use opportunistically?
They're still a mouth brooder.
Oh,
so
okay.
They don't use them for spawning.
They use them for protection, like they hide in there?
Yeah, and so I've got the adults over in a different tank here, and they act a lot like any other Mbuna. But if I reach my hand in there, they're going into the shells.
Well, we'll look at the adults in a bit. But that's the babies.
That's just
it's like Lonely Hearts Club.
Yeah, that's a little female Neolamprologus cumguiensis.
All right.
Which is...
do you have others of that species in the fish room, or is she...
No, I did.
Are you looking for males?
I know a guy that has one male, and I'm going to get that out to him.
Cool. So you're giving him a female.
Yeah.
It's
a really hard one to find in the hobby. I looked for it for years and finally found it and ordered in 8, and I spawned them over and over and over again, and I had a really hard time raising fry until what I decided to do is I just pulled the adults and left the fry in the tank. And then I was able to successfully raise them up. And they're super duper small for...
Is that why they were hard? Or is it because the parents ate them? Or?
Well, if I left them in there, the parents would eat them.
Okay.
What I was doing is removing them, putting them into a smaller tank, and they
didn't do well?
Yeah, they didn't do well.
In kind of more artificial environment? Yeah. I find that with some fry. That's a good tip, guys. If you're trying to breed something and you can't get the fry to raise, you might need to not keep them in such a sterile, kind of artificial environment. Maybe keep them in a well-established system. And a lot of times just the stability of that and the all the critters and infusoria and stuff naturally in there really help. Anything down here? Oh, yeah. There's something.
Yep, I just put those in. I just got those the other day. They are Neolamprologus savory eye, which is in
Sounds delicious.
Yeah,
savory eye.
Right. They're in the Burchard eye complex.
For dessert, we'll have sweetie eye. Cool.
I haven't been home a whole lot to check on them at all, so I don't even know if they all made it from when I put them in.
I don't see any bodies. They're out and about and swimming.
That's a good sign.
And then I see some fry.
Yeah, that is some Altolamprologus calvus.
Oh, cool.
White Chitika.
Yeah.
I just got fry. I mean, once my youngest is 10, when he graduates college, I figure those will be ready to sell.
Are they like rainbow fish, super slow growing?
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
They are notorious for being extremely
I've heard
slow
that.
growers.
I've heard they're hard to breed, Calvus and Compressiceps, and then also that I've heard that they take forever.
Yeah,
and maybe that's why they're hard.
Yeah, raising them up takes a long time.
All right, well, let's move over here. So, oddest shaped 75 gallons ever. So, a normal 75 gallon is 4 feet long, 18 inches front to back, and I don't know, 21 inches high or something like that.
Yeah.
These are like that, but they're only 2 feet long. So they're super tall, square 75s. Kind of cool, unique tank size.
Yeah,
but got some
unique,
peacocks here. So this is for your tank maintenance business, right?
Yeah.
So if you're in the Grand Rapids, Michigan area and want a beautiful tank for your office, and that's why you're watching this video, Chris does tank maintenance. So you can come into your waiting room and make something beautiful for you. It probably doesn't show up on video real well. Iridescence doesn't. But he's got some nice blue and orange on. Is he a red shoulder, or do you know?
It is
German red?
shoulder, yep.
Okay, cool. I used to do a lot with cichlids. I remember a few things. Dolphins.
Yep.
Oh, there's our dominant male.
Yeah, I picked those up at the last club meeting.
Yeah. He's pretty.
Yeah, they look really good.
And he knows it.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at him go. He's like, this is my, yeah, you know who I am.
This is my 2 feet.
This is my 2 feet. Don't you forget it. All right.
I got
Breeding box.
yellow lab babies in here.
And I think these are the best for breeding boxes, these overflow ones. A lot of people, I think, get those mesh ones and stuff. They don't work. They stagnate. And
these work
get
really
clogged
well.
and stuff. These are awesome because of the water flow through them. Can we
Yeah.
take the lid off real quick to show
Yeah.
people? So, oops, my hand. So if you haven't seen these, you just hang them on your aquarium. You hook them up to an airline, and that will drive water up into them, and then it'll go here and overflow. It's kind of like a hang-on back filter, but for babies. It's really cool. Oh, and you jimmied it up and put a little canvas
The
in
only
there.
problem I ever have with them is I lose, because they only give you one little grate that
Oh, yeah.
slides in and out, so it's so little I lose them. Well, what
Yeah.
I found is if you take, it's like needle point
canvas.
Yeah, and just cut a little piece to the right size.
Yeah, you can get it at Walmart in the hobby section or
Yeah.
by the cloth and yarn and stuff. Yeah. Or maybe a little piece of sponge or green scrubby pad, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. That works though, because you're doing cichlids, so you can have big holes.
Yeah. What I was doing for a while too, I was doubling these up. So
Oh, yeah,
it
yeah.
would change the sizes for them.
Yeah. So pack them in there and then. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. And then more maintenance tank stock. So
Yeah, for the most part, they're yellow
Yellow
labs,
labs, yep.
and then these are the Metriaclima lanisticola, the Malawi shell dweller.
oh, cool.
And then I've got a pair of.
They are big.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here is the dominant male, and he's full grown.
Well, let's get to the last tank super quick because my battery is
All right.
just about dead. So,
Here,
ta-da.
those are
Is that
just
it?
a Lamprologus leilaupi, a rare opportunistic shelly, really similar to Cautopunctatus.
Uh-huh.
They've got some fry in there, but
And they nest in barnacles. All right, next,
these
because
two
we're in a hurry.
tanks, these are probably the better looking of the.
Oh man!
that I have.
All right, let's see if we can get them. Hang on, I'm gonna like stop this. Guys.
All right.
All right, so here we've got Tretta
Yep. Tretocephalus.
Tretocephalus.
Yep.
I just call them Trets.
And
These are gorgeous.
The Lamprologus, the whites that I've got.
Oh
fry over
yeah,
there.
those are nice. Those are worth the wait.
Yeah.
Look how pretty those are.
Yeah, they really are.
That guy's got white lips. And all right, so my battery died. Chris had to go because he's prepping for the meeting tonight. I'm speaking at the Grand Valley Aquarium Club tonight, and he's off prepping for that. But here's the Trets and the other fish we were just talking about. Some neat shellies. They're ocellatus. I think he said they're gold. And Calvus or Compressicips white. I can't remember which one. And then down below, all right, Bob Steenfot, this is for you. Bunch of sips. Are these jumbo? Which ones are these?
Those are just the standard size.
All right.
So they're fully grown right there.
That's gorgeous with that bright yellow tail and the blue on that guy. He's good looking. And the nice thing about these guys is they don't really eat their fry, so you can just grow them up in a colony together. And it doesn't take much work, it just takes time. And they're fairly peaceful for a cichlid. And then we've got some, I believe, Similis
Yep.
down below in the shells. Chris is confirming as he's rushing out. But these are pretty.
Trying to bag up fish.
Bagging up fish and rushing. So, and these are 100-gallon?
The bottom one is 100 and the top one is 125.
100 and 125. This just looks impressive. Especially with those Trets in there on that white sand. That looks nice. So I'm going to get far away and show you guys this. What this looks like all together. Isn't that sexy? Look at that. That's a good looking setup right there. Alright, that's Chris Carpenter's fish room. And we got to rush to give a talk, so we're going to shut this off. So I'm not a big African cichlid guy, but if I ever get into them, I'm going to keep them like Chris does. I think his tanks look amazing. So many interesting species. It was a really cool place to see. So thanks again, Chris, for being generous with your time, opening your home to us, and letting us film all that, and it was a great time. So if you like this stuff, then if you would consider subscribing, liking, hitting notification bells, sharing, all that schmazz, it would be most appreciated. And until next time, I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.